Roland Willits, Old Man Stories, heading into the universe with my mom. Old Man Stories.
Real good stories.
Aren't they?
Yes, they are.
You saw them, didn't you?
Yes, my day it's gone by, but I really enjoyed it and enjoyed everything we saw and all the good things and the bad for the world. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. And how are you?
I'm good, Mom. I'm wonderful.
Yeah. He's my son, you know. We've had many, many years together, so I know all
That's
things
right. That's
about him.
right. 71 years.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's quite a few years.
Isn't that a long time?
Yes, and I've got 94,
95.
95 years,
As of June
28.
28th. 95 years. I was going to say 29th. I get mixed up with Terry's. I get yelled at, too, because I get
Yes,
mixed up.
I would think so.
I guess so.
Yeah, those years have went by, but you know, pardon me, of the years, all the years, is through the wonderful things have happened through all the years. You can think back when you were when you were real small, the things that happened, and then as the years go on, it sticks with you. Now I had a horse, and his name was Nancy. And you know, I love that horse like most people love their dogs nowadays. I'd look at him at her and his eyes, and she'd look at me, and I could just see what she was thinking. I don't know whether it was a he or a she, but I call them both. Well, anyway, we used to take, we live on a farm, and far from town, 10 miles from town. And years ago, we didn't have no car or anything, and that was now it's about 10 years old, which like about 30, 40 years ago. And there's a lot of things have changed since that time. Anyway, would you like to say something now? Can I keep on?
I'll keep going.
Oh, okay. So, but I used to take, that was my horse, Nancy was. And she used to take and follow me all over. I remember from the time she was born, I thought, oh, I'm going to have that horse someday, but I wasn't so sure of it because there was 4 of us. It happened that I did get her, and she followed me all over. And when we got big enough to work, she was taught to work, and you know, I was so little that I couldn't crawl on a horse like you do. She put her head down, and I'd get on her neck, and she put her neck up, and then slide me onto her back. It was wonderful. And she was with me. One day, we were out, years ago, you know, you didn't have pastures like they have nowadays. You have cows would be out there loose, and so you had to have people watching them. And we had our horseback. We got horseback and watched the cows. Well, this one day, something scared the cows. I don't know what it was, whether it was some wild animal or something. He was tearing towards us, and we would be announced, and we would watch them. And I was so scared because they were coming right for me. But I didn't know what to do. But here I had Nancy with me. I was standing right at her head, and she pushed me down between her legs, her front legs, and she stood there. And these cattle went by us, and they didn't touch me because she's much taller than they are, and they didn't get near her. And that time they'd have killed me if she hadn't done that. And one other time too. Oh, I'll tell you, she was a godsend for me. We lived about 1.5 miles from school, and we used to walk to school in the morning. And this morning, both my brother and my sister, who was older than I, were sick, so they couldn't go. So I was going to go. My father didn't want me to, but you know me, I had to go. So I started on horseback on good old Nancy, and we got to an old building about halfway there. And she knew that she was supposed to go there, so she turned away from there and went. And I got after her, I kept hitting her, I wanted her to go back by that building, and she wouldn't go by that building. And later on, I found out that there was a bunch of wild animals in there. There's names for them, but I can't remember. And so I say, she saved my life that time too. It seems like all through my life, as long as she lived, I was the happiest person in the world. But you know, you grow up and you get away from those things. It's real hard, though. Now it's up to you to find something to say.
Thanks, Ma. Remember Taffy
Yes, I sure do.
and Mother Cat?
Always had a cat and a dog.
Yep, always had a cat and a dog at the house.
Always had them.
And she'd always, remember where she had kittens?
Yeah.
Always on the front porch, on the bed, in the outdoor porch.
Outdoor porch. And Taffy always had her little puppies upstairs. And she was getting quite old. I don't know how old she was, but she was getting quite old. And everybody was so worried about her, but no one did anything, but I did. I had an old mattress, and I covered her with a sheet, and I had it in one of the bedrooms upstairs, and I was watching her, and I could see she was in pain, but I just couldn't do anything for her because I was only about 10 years old. And finally, anyway, she started having the puppies. She had 5 puppies that time, and I helped her the best I could, but I wasn't very good, I'll tell you that. But you know, you see a dog so much in love with those puppies, and believe it or not, we kept those puppies in the dining room, but it was a linoleum bed on the floor, so it was all right. And those puppies stayed there with her until we were able to give them over. And everybody used to say, how can you keep puppies in your house? But you know, it wasn't hard. We loved those puppies. And when the kids would come over, they all go over and play with the puppies. I just kind of hated to give them away, but we did have to give them away after a while. And during that time, was my daughter went to visit my daughter, who was away from home, and she heard that she had the puppies, but she didn't know. She knew we had them, but she didn't see them. So we were going to visit her, so I took up the puppies along with me over there. She was so excited, and her mother dog, and the mother dog loved her so much that when she went away to this place, the mother dog didn't eat for a couple of days. I had a hard time getting her to eat because she feared that Lois should come back, but she couldn't. So we went there, these puppies, and brought the puppies there. The mother dog went, and she got, naturally, Lois ran right away for the dogs. Well, it scared the mother dog all to pieces. So she ran away from her. But then I said, hold still now, Lois, hold still, and let her come up to you, smell of you, then she'll show it to you. And she did, and the dog got so excited when he seen her that he kept jumping.
Yes, she was wearing a nun's outfit.
She was wearing a nun's outfit.
Yep, that's why he was scared.
That's why he was scared.
She was scared.
She was so scared of her. And she was, but let me tell you, she was all white from the white hair of the dog, from the dog's hair when she got through playing with her. But she was so excited about us bringing a dog and the puppies to see her. But those are things that happen in your life. You remember years to come how much fun they were, how much fun you gave the kids with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure had a good
Those are two great animal stories.
Yeah, and then once Taffy got out, we never used to leave the dog out of the yard because it was against the law in Minnesota, in Minneapolis, to have the dogs loose. So she got away one day, and the park was right across from us. And she went into the park, and the police picked her up and took her down to the police station, out to the dog pound. And then they told her about it. Oh, my kids were so scared that, we're never going to get that dog back. But, well, she'll never know us, they said. But we went down there, and as soon as somebody said something, one of the boys said something, she barked right away. He said, there she is, there she is. She knew their bark, and she knew that was who was coming to get her. And she came home, and she was so happy. She never tried to go leave the yard after that. That was just all she wanted.
Yeah, well, that's a good lesson.
Yeah.
That's a good lesson, though.
A person can think of so many funny things that happen in a person's life, you know, and you think back. And, you know, when you get my age, you get a lot of time to think back and all those things. And you kind of laugh and you say, gee, they were kind of funny, weren't they? No.
Thank you. Thank you. That was wonderful, Mom.
Raleigh's been gone a long time, but, you know, every time he comes home, it's just as big a thrill. He's my oldest, but believe me, he's my best.
We can't video this, the other boy, the girl, the Lois.
Well, that's all.
Yes, I've had some nice journeys. And you were always right there with me, Mom. Thank you.
Old Men Stories, returning home with a wonderful visit with my mom.